Hello and a very warm welcome to our continuing coverage of the AFC Champions League. And today's offering is from the Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium here in Doha, Al Duhail versus Istiklol in Group E. And truth to tell, it has been a very disappointing campaign for both of these sides, particularly the hosts, who of course made the semi-finals last season. But there you see their sorry position in the table, with just a solitary point. That actually came from a goalless draw in the reverse fixture against Istiklol back on match day 1 in September. It has been a campaign to forget for the Qatari side. 26 degrees centigrade, that's around about 80 Fahrenheit if you like it in old money. So not too hot by Doha standards. Not been a great campaign either for Istiklol of Tajikistan. Just a couple of points the visitors have so far. They drew 0-0 at home to Al Duhail, as I mentioned. The only other point they've got came in a 1-1 draw with Persepolis at home 3 weeks ago. They've only scored 2 goals in the competition so far. So you would have to be a supreme optimist to think that either of these teams has any chance of getting into the knockout rounds. The table currently led by Al Nassr, who have maximum points. Persepolis in second with 7. So basically what that means mathematically is that there has to be a result today, a positive result for either Al Duhail or Istiklol, and then they'd have to win their final match and kind of pray that 8 points would be enough to get them through as one of the best runners-up. It's very, very unlikely, truth to tell. Well, we're on match day 5, and intriguingly, only Al Ain and Pohang Steelers have definitely booked their tickets for the round of 16, which means 14 spots still to be played for, and a lot of pride to be played for here, particularly, as I mentioned, for Al Duhail. When you think of their domestic record, they have 8 league titles. The club was only formed back in 2009. They are the current Qatari champions. They won the double last season, but so far this term, they're only 4th in their domestic league. 16 points from their 7 games so far, which means they are 6 points behind the leaders, Al Gharafa. As far as Istiklol are concerned, well, they're top of their domestic table. They're 6 points clear at the summit. It's a great story, actually, Istiklol. They were only founded a couple of years before Al Duhail, back in 2007, actually to commemorate the independence of the country, because Istiklol in Tajik means independence. And in 2008, they were in the 2nd division. They won all 30 league games and finished with a goal difference of plus 154 to get promotion to the top league. Won their first top flight in 2010. And as I say, since then, they really have emerged as the dominant force in Tajik football, with a further 10 titles and 9 cups as well. And they also went on an astonishing run a few years ago, November 2013 to October 2016, unbeaten in the league, which was a run that took in 51 matches, lasted nearly 3 years. But they are almost certainly not going to repeat their best Champions League effort. That was a few years ago, just 2 years ago actually. They got to the last 16 in 2021. It's only their 3rd season in the group stage. And goal scoring, as I mentioned, has been a problem. And it's going to be a bigger problem today because there's no Philippe Coutinho. We will give you the teams shortly, but the former Liverpool and Barcelona man has not made the starting lineup or the bench, unfortunately. If you were looking forward to see him, I bet he's seen a few matches down the years. Rather more than that young man, but he's got his best years ahead of him, I think, in terms of spectating, or maybe playing even, who knows. Al Duhail coming off the back of a 1-0 away defeat, cup defeat it was, against Al Rayyan last weekend. As for Istiklol, they haven't actually been in action at all since they got that 1-1 draw at home to Persepolis in the Champions League. That was 3 weeks ago. Just taking a break at the moment, the Tajikistan League. The Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium, which holds just around 10,000, as the officials and teams make their way onto the playing surface. Love to see their sides sign off their home campaign with a victory. As yet, they haven't registered one in the competition in 4 previous attempts. Alisher Jaliyov, the diminutive skipper of Istiklol. He is their playmaker. He's very, very talented. Let's have a look at the Al Duhail lineup first. As I mentioned, there's no Philippe Coutinho, but Michael Olonga has made it, the number 14, the Kenyan, and he is probably their best chance in terms of goals tonight. 8 for the season, including 1 in the Champions League. So the 2 skippers make their way towards the officials as the last few photos are taken. Officials tonight are from Malaysia. The referee is Mohammed Nazaruddin. And of course we do have VAR in operation for the first time in the group stage of the Champions League this season. And there are the 2 Thai gentlemen who will be overseeing the technology. 2 skippers in the middle there, Jaliyov I mentioned. And he will be the playmaker for Istiklol, the number 10. The Ivorian striker, Senin Sebai, scored the leveller against Persepolis that I was talking about 3 weeks ago. Just 9 on the bench from each team. Only 5 can be used by the 2 managers. It's about pride, and it's about giving their supporters at least something to take away from the Champions League this season for both of these teams. There's Sebai. Become very popular since he moved to Istiklol in July. Asking for a little divine inspiration, the Ivorian. So the referee just waiting for the clock to tick round to the top of the hour. And then we'll be off and underway here. Well, it's a decent atmosphere, despite the fact that almost certainly both these teams are going to be eliminated. So away we go with Al Duhail of Qatar, all in red, attacking the goal away to our right in this first half. And you would expect them to have a monopoly on possession. It's whether they can turn that possession into genuine opportunities, because scoring goals has been a problem for both teams, actually, in the Champions League so far this term. This is Yusuf Elmed. He played here 3 at the back and 2 wing-backs, and this is one of them. Liadji, the Frenchman, who can play as a striker, but looks like he's going to operate as a right wing-back this evening. This is Semedo. This has played all over the world, including Portugal and Greece. He won the treble here in his first season, the Portuguese. He's only 29, you kind of think he'd be older than that. He seems to have been around for so long. Madibo, inaccurate pass from him. The first touch for the visitors, who should come here without any real pressure. They are underdogs in most people's eyes here. This is Kamalov. Can be tricky, and he's got a turn of pace as well, and trying to show it here. And that was out for a corner, I think, the first of the game. Came here in February on a free, Hamadoni Kamalov. And just an early indication there that he does have a fleet turn of foot. So Elisha Jaliov, the Istiklol skipper, will take this corner, for which 5 wait, including the big Ivorian centre-back there, Goguga. It's not a bad delivery. The keeper decided to punch when maybe he could have caught it. Not the most experienced Shabab Alefi in the Al Duhail goal, the 23-year-old. Bit of a nervy one, that, and he might have more work to do here. That's a nice little give and go, but the return pass just not quite accurate enough, and Panshambe was unable to do anything with it. Madiba. It's going to sit in front of the back 4 by the look of it. As to Madiba. Came through the Ozair Academy. This is the right wing back, King Moon-Wan, the Korean. Not too much on that. Semi-promising for a moment. Any danger there was a foul? Definitely not, as Panshambe went tumbling. Albrak. Bamba. El Semedo. Oh no, is Ali. Forever enshrined in Qatari football folklore. Anwar Ali scored 9 goals to help Qatar win the Asian Cup in 2019 in the UAE. Beganovic, big Bosnian who is a free kick specialist. Kurbanov couldn't keep it. Certainly the signs are early on, it albeit only 4 or 5 minutes played, but looks like it's going to be a relatively open match, this. Sometimes when there really isn't too much to play for, frees up the players from any potential pressure, not knowing they need a result to make the group stage. Can maybe be an open affair. This is Ali. A lot of Liadji, who was only able to keep the ball in and play it to an opponent. Beganovic stepped in. Did well there, Sebai. Now Beganovic again. Trying to get Kamalov away. Watched by Albrak. Beganovic. Started pretty confidently here, the visitors, I must say. Nazarov. Asking rather too much of Janiov. Right idea, just strong execution. Semedo for Modibo. Modibo's been much travelled. I mentioned he came through those Air Academies, also played in Austria and Spain. Something of a fixture here at Duhail. He's been here 7 years now. Duhail. He came here as a 17-year-old. He's had no fewer than 5 loan spells. Yeah, the flag was always going to go up, wasn't it, against the Lunga? That's what he does, though. He tries to go as late as possible. That time, he was clearly beyond the last defender, but he only has to get it right once. As we look at Christophe Galtier, the Duhail boss. 57 now. Left PSG in July and arrived here only last month. There's Igor Cherevchenko, head coach of Istiklol. He arrived in January. So a second corner here for the Tajik team. And once again, the big man from the back, Kokua, number 27 there, who's 6'4" and very powerful in the air, is there waiting for Janilov's delivery. Might have a long wait. Not a great clearance, though, and it was whacked back in with purpose. Absolutely hammered by Kokua. And another corner. Already taken to settle for a throw this time. Rather got it stuck under his feet there, Beganovic. Free kick's been given here, though, for Istiklol. It's going to be a yellow card as well for Modibo, who looked rather mystified about it, but the referee certainly didn't like the challenge. And he is a competitive midfielder, Modibo, and yeah, you can see why. Got the ball first, left a bit of his studs, though, on Beganovic. And for a player for whom tackling is such a big part of his game, 80-odd minutes on a yellow, he's got to be very careful. I think Cherevchenko there will be very happy the way his team has started. Won't be so happy that he's got a man down injured, but they've been positive, very positive so far. Hopefully he won't have to make a change, certainly from an Istiklol point of view. Home fans want the action at the other end of the pitch at the moment, but their team have a free kick to defend as soon as they sort the injury out. Beganovic will be okay. So Janiov is over this free kick. You'll see him take most of the free kicks from wide down the corners. Beganovic usually takes the free kicks more centrally to have a direct strike at goal. And Chambe is the other man over the ball. Shahab's already flapped unconvincingly at a corner. And Shambi runs over it. Janilev delivers. That was a nice touch, and it's swept in. But the flag is up. He did look suspiciously offside there, did Gokua. Let's have another look. Oh, absolutely no question. Can't imagine he was that surprised when he saw the flag had been raised. He had to have been, well, 2 or 3 meters beyond the last defender. So no goal, exactly 11 minutes gone. 0-0 so far here in Doha. I didn't think the check was going to take too long. Protocol is protocol. Semedo. Might just give them a bit of a wake-up call, though, Duhail, because they haven't started with any kind of confidence. Most of dangerous possession has been from the men in white. Semedo. It's been the problem for Duhail. They haven't been able to keep the ball. Kamenov. No problem that time for Shahabanetti, who's only made 1 league appearance for the club, the keeper, here in 2019, but been on loan for most of the 4 years since then. Brack. Quite sure what Sebai was trying to do with that. They have got it back though. Nearly managed to play in Ilunga. He's now made his way into the middle for a potential cross. Just a bit too much on it. Bin-Wan. He's gone for the return and he's got it, the Korean. Just whether he might have thought about a shot. Obviously not. Liaji. Teasing delivery, one well at the far post by Ali, but no danger for Istiklol. 7 years he's been at Al Duhail. Almoz Ali, club skipper. 90 caps as well for Qatar, and those 9 goals that he scored that I mentioned in the Asian Cup in 2019, add those to the rest of his international stripes, he's got 42 total, and at 27, a half century, much more likely than not, you would think. It's Rustam Yatimov in goal for Istiklol, who really hasn't had anything to do up to now. Ilunga. Oh, this is better from the hosts. So it rather petered out on the edge of the penalty area. Sorted out by Gokua. Semedo, who's always liked to play at his own pace. Here goes Ali again. Trying to give Jaliov a hard time, but no problem whatsoever for Novoselic to shepherd that behind for a goal kick. We've got another Istiklol player down. Cedric Gokua, who's the latest to have a problem. Saw Bogdanovic down for a couple of minutes a few moments ago. Well, he would be a very big miss if he weren't able to continue, the big centre half. Meanwhile, a few words for Ibrahima Bamba. Don't think that coach can be at all happy with what he's seen so far from the El Duhail team. Well, that doesn't look particularly promising, does it, for Cedric Gugua? I don't think... Well, we'll see what happens. Moving a little freer than he was, but it's one of those, maybe he can run it off. If it's a kick, then yeah. If it's a muscle issue, probably not. So, temporarily at least, they're down to 10. The visitors. Here's Madibo. Now Bamba. Not interested in pressing at all, Istiklol, until El Duhail get into their last third, and that hasn't happened too often so far, you'd have to say. Back on Gugua. That was very well read by Novoselic. Just about the first spell of any kind of sustained possession from the home team. This is Liadji. Semedo. Madibo. Laid off by Ali. A little more promising, the build-up here. But what can they do when they get to the edge of that Istiklol box? Not a lot. Another chance here, maybe. Back to Madibo. Easy for Gugua to get that out of harm's way, and it's fallen kindly here for the men in white. Might be able to break. Just slipped his man there, Sebai. Does have support from Jaliov. He went on his own, and Jaliov gives him a stare as if to say, I was there and waiting. As soon as he got past the defender, he was never going to be caught. Had a look up. Pretty sure that was going for the far post. It wasn't a cross. Some way wide in the end. Another well-travelled man, Selin Seba. He's played in Moldova, in Israel, Russia, Romania. I look like that was a push, and indeed it was. And it's left Jaliov in a bit of a heat. Romish Jaliov. Pretty blatant from Alnoaz Ali. It's a bit like a hospital waiting room at the moment. Istiklol have now had 3 players requiring treatment. I think it wasn't the shove itself. I think Ali pushed him into his goalkeeper. That's what caused the issue. Went right into Rustam Yatimov. He's 6'4", and you don't generally come out on top when you collide with him. Anyhow, seems to have recovered. Viganovic seems to have completely recovered from that knock that he took a while ago. Yusuf Ayman. Very, very easy for Gogua to cut that out. Debo seeing a lot of the ball in midfield, the 27-year-old. Was Elbrack. A little late, and a yellow card. Standing on ceremony there, the referee. Senin Sebay is in the book. Not happy about it, but I think his teammates very wisely telling him to get out the official's face, because once you start doing that, it might provoke the official to reach for a card of a different colour. One by Munwan. So we reach the midpoint of the first half, still goalless in this Group E clash. So far you would say Istiklol have been the better of the two teams, albeit without really fashioning a gilt-edged chance, albeit they have had the ball in the net, but Gogua was clearly offside. Here's Liadji. You will see him do that cut in field. He's predominantly right-footed, but he's got a very good shot on both feet. He'll play out wide right, but wouldn't be surprised to see him swap flanks at some point. Laid off by Munwan. Liadji again. Does he fancy the byline? He's trying to get there. Defender did well to stand him up. Debo, Semedo. Wasn't the greatest delivery that by Sultan Elbrack. Munwan. Debo, Kim Munwan. It's a better ball. At least it gave Liadji some room to move into. Another free kick. There's been quite a few of those. Game punctuated by stoppages in the first 25 minutes here, and it's left Gogua down again. And he recovered from that previous knock a few minutes ago. Now he might need the cold sponge again. Fortunately, no physio required this time. Coached forward. Nazarov. Kimman one. Bamba. Elbrack. Passing has left something to be desired so far, Duhail. Kamalov, whose colleague is down. Just getting to his, well, thought he was getting to his feet. Kurbanov. Still looking pretty sore on the far side, Amadoni Kamalov. Just see him at the top of your picture. Hopefully be okay. That wasn't a great challenge, though. Actually hurt himself more than his opponent, but that really wasn't a pretty attempt at a tackle from Ibrahima Bamba. So once he recovers, it'll be a free kick for Istiklol. So Penshambe's free kick. Kamalov just showed a bit too much to his marker that time, and it could be a potential counter on here for Duhail. Stopped rather crudely by Denis Beganovic. And I think Ali asking, is that not a caution? It wasn't violent, but it was cynical. It was a blatant trip. He knew exactly what he was doing. The Bosnian. So one of the few free kicks that Duhail have had in what you would call a semi-threatening position. Looks like Almoez Ali's going to take it. Just got to be careful not to go too soon. Get beyond that line and be offside. Not the worst delivery. It was Semedo's header and it's way over. So by flicked it on. That's how to play for an Istiklol throw. Not enough for the referee to give a free kick there, even though Kamalov turned around and was beseeching the assistant official. But he should have got the decision. Nothing doing. Nothing much doing in total after half an hour's play here. You can see why Duhail have struggled so far. That's not the worst ball, though. Olunga. Oh, waiting for the challenge now, then. Referee had a good look, and he's given the penalty. And I don't think there was really any doubt. Kogua's challenge, it will be checked, but I'm not sure there's any hope, really, of this being overturned from a Istiklol point of view. first impression was it was a fairly straightforward decision and didn't really need to make this challenge. She went sliding in. And once you get off your feet, I think you're in trouble. There's the slide, and there's the contact. He may have been going down already, but that's not really relevant. Well, the referee's been asked to go and have a look, and we know what this usually means. It's the Ivorian's challenge on the Kenyan. And when you see that freeze frame, I just don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't think he's going to need too many looks, really. Just a reckless challenge. Didn't need to get off his feet. And Alunga wasn't really going anywhere. Might have got to the byline, but it certainly wasn't. He wasn't going to be directly through on goal that wide. It's that left leg that contacts there, I think. It's the key thing, just there. Well, he's disallowed the penalty. I have to confess, I'm dumbfounded by that. And even with all the technology, it just comes down to one man's opinion. When he was asked to have a look, I think that's a penalty. But my opinion doesn't matter. Mohamed Nazaruddin, the Malaysian official, says no. And so we stay at 0-0. I have to say, I think it would have been, on the balance of play, it would have been harsh on Istiklol. It's a terrific run from Bamba. Sadly for him, no end product. There you see the possession stats, but it doesn't really tell the full story. 75% for the home team, but most of the threatening possession has come from Istiklol. Just signs now, though, that the home team are improving, and there was nearly an opportunity there. If it had fallen a little more kindly for Al Brak, still might be a chance here for Al Duhail to keep the pressure on. That's a nice little reverse ball. Kim Mun-hwan hangs it up, but there was no one in a red shirt near it. And Istiklol can bring it away. And that's not a bad ball either. He was definitely onside, Sebai. Just rather outnumbered in the end. Beganovic. Kamalov is a nuisance, isn't he? He actually did very well there, Sultan Al Brak. Kim Mun-hwan, licensed to roam from right wing back. Liachi. Ten minutes to go until the break, although I suspect with the various injuries that we've had and also that quite lengthy VAR penalty check, might be quite a lot of time to add on. Still plenty of time for one or other of these teams to get on the score sheet. It won't do it like that, though. No one in an advanced position for Istiklol. That was the ball that just for a moment looked like Sebai might be able to get through. Cherevchenko a little frustrated, the coach. Medido. Medido again. Liadji. Oh, nearly. Right idea. Duganovic, though, was in an excellent position to stop that pass reaching its target. Well, for a third time, Cedric Kagua is in trouble. And that is a worry for Igor Cherevchenko, the coach, because he will certainly not want to replace his centre-half so early in proceedings. Maybe he's trying to look at that penalty decision again on his phone. A 20-year playing career as a defender did Igor Cherevchenko, the coach. Formerly bossed Lokomotiv Moscow, among others. He's only 40, it's his sixth club manager's job. He started young. He has been in the wars as Kagua. I think the message was that he might be able to carry on. I'm honestly not sure. Certainly walking quite gingerly, wasn't he? We'll see what they do. So once again, they're down to 10 for the moment. Out on by Bamba. Semedo. Semedo again. Well, that was a poor clearance. He got very lucky there, Nazarov. So easily have gone wrong. Meanwhile, the pressure stays on with Liadji. Just not quite on the same wavelength as Ibrahima Bamba. Still getting treatment, Kagua, and he doesn't look particularly happy to me. Not sure whether that strapping will be enough. He wants to come back on. Bamba. Kagua is back on now. This is Amen. Semedo. Medido lost it. Just forced his man a bit wide, but Sebai has got it now. I beg your pardon, it's Jalilov. Nazarov. Blocked by Yusuf. Well, that's useful ball. Four waiting in the penalty area. It's a bad cross. Defender didn't know what to do with it. And a very sharp chance, which Sebai might think he could have done better with. Had to take it quickly. Wrong side of the post from his point of view. Wasn't the best piece of defending he'll ever see either from Liadji. That's a wayward pass. sure he really wanted it there. Gogua with that massive strapping. He doesn't want to be put under any pressure. And we've got yet another injury stoppage, although it seemed too serious. Romish Jaliov, the man fouled. Just couldn't really stop Bamba. Semedo to Modibo. You see they're organised, Istiklol. 4-4 or 5-4-1. Those four men in midfield have proved very stubborn, and they've really restricted Al Duhail in terms of clear chances that they've created. Pocket pick there, and just couldn't take the ball with him, Sebai. Still battling for it, but illegally in that instance. Going to be a free kick for Al Duhail. Not a difficult decision that for referee Mohamed Nazaruddin. Modibo. And once again, Istiklol succeed in pushing Al Duhail back. It's been a largely frustrating experience for the home crowd so far. Here's Bamba. Bamba again. Well, foul right in front of the referee's nose, right under his nose. And you look at that and you wonder what was the difference between that and the challenge for the penalty that wasn't given. So a chance here in the last minute of normal time in the first half, although I reckon we're going to have quite a bit of additional time, but within the 45, an opportunity for Al Duhail maybe to find a way to break through. Too far out for a shot, you would think. It was a pretty poor effort, truth to tell. Modibo. Liadji. Ali. Oh, that was travelling, but it was travelling wide. Yeah, not surprising. 6 minutes to add on here. I think that was a shot. Just for a moment, might have concerned Rustem Yatimov, who must have thought, the Istiklol keeper, he would be in for a far busier evening than has been the case so far, at least. Christophe Gaultier's half-time team talk, when we do get there, it's going to be one where he might have to raise his voice on occasion, because Al Duhail have been very short of ideas. Semedo. Ali Albrak wants it back and he's got it. Defender in the right place, Nazarov to clear. And the shot some way wide. Although there was a deflection on it, so it will be a corner. Van Bezeffer. So Ali to take the kick. Still plenty of red shirts waiting, but not enough depth on the cross. Still a chance, maybe. That's a very good ball. Control was a little haphazard, and that made him have to rush the cross. And Gogu was able to intercept and knock it away. Knocked clear that time by Beganovic. That was high wide and not very handsome. Probably argue it's their best man of the match, though. Not that the bar was set particularly high. I haven't really seen their team threaten at any stage. Making plenty of notes. Christophe Galtier. Beganovic's header. Sabai. Just about kept it in, but an easy clearance. Semedo to effect. Oh, we got caught in possession quite badly there, Novoselic. He might get punished for it. Two waiting at the far post if Ali can deliver. Still going. Betwixt and between everybody. Kim Mun-hwa, Madibo. And again. Asim Madibo once more, now Kim Mun-hwa. Went down very, very easily. Referee not interested in giving a free kick for that. Still they press. 2 minutes of stoppage time still to play here at the end of the first half. Semedo should sort out the danger. He was a little fortunate. My word, he was. Just for a minute, it looked like Sabai might get the better of him there. Would have been a very nervous and semi-embarrassing moment there for even Semedo. Won fairly by Kurbanov. Maybe chance for Istiklol to break. Nazarov did well to keep it. Rather telegraphed the pass on Sharev, but they've kept it. And here's Janiov. Last minute of stoppage time. Flag was up for an offside previously. And that's wide. Bit too much on the pass, I reckon. Well, much to chew over. The Duhail boss really have been pretty toothless in this first half, the home side. He would be satisfied enough, Cherevchenko. This might be the last kick of the opening period, and indeed it is. Well, very few chances at either end. The big talking point A penalty initially given for a foul by Gokua on Olunga, and then overturned by the referee, who was asked to go and look at the TV screen by the side of the pitch. Looked like the defender may have got lucky, but certainly nothing lucky about Istiklol holding the hosts at the break. They've looked the more likely, although, in all honesty, chances have been at a premium at both ends. Half-time then, here in Doha. It's Al Duhail 0, Istiklol 0. Well, a warm welcome back to Doha, where it's goalless between Al Duhail and Istiklol. I can tell you that the visitors have made a change. It is a straight swap, striker for striker, so Sebay has come off, and Nabat Shoaib is on for Istiklol, wearing number 11. Michael Olunga just a little bit tardy, joining the rest of his teammates back for the second half. So away we go. If you're just joining us, Istiklol in the white shirts, attacking the goal away to our right in the second half. First half that was largely devoid of goalmouth activity. One controversial moment where a penalty was initially given to Al Duhail, and then once the referee had a look at the pictures on the TV screen, decided that penalty would be cancelled. So it is goalless, and here's Semedo for Al Duhail. It's not a bad ball, trying to get Al-Brak in. He has kept the ball in play. Ali. Semedo again. It's not the worst delivery. Foofed away, not very far though by Kogua. Still battling for it, and he won the header as well. Confirmation of that change. Sebay did look like he was just carrying a knock. That's Nabat Shoaib. Two in the middle waiting, if the delivery's good. Just flicked off the top of the defender's head. They want the goal, and the referee says no, it didn't cross the line. Closest they've come by a country mile. But somehow it stayed out. Let's have a look at the replay to see exactly how. Just flicked off the top of Gogua's head. Now let's have a look. Came off the defender there. Wow. It looks well over from Olunga, doesn't it? Surely that was over the line. Must be a goal. Don't imagine this is going to take too long. It shouldn't, because that picture was pretty clear-cut, that the whole of the ball was well over the goal line. And it is indeed 1-0 to Al Duhail. Right at the start of the second half. The mistake initially from Kogua, just flicked off the top of his head. And Olunga waiting to pounce behind the defender. It was an excellent header. Keeper did all he could, but clearly ball's over the line before he got it back out. Not a difficult one, that, for the VAR officials. And Al Duhail have the lead early after the restart. Well, maybe the half-time team talk from Christophe Galtier had exactly the desired effect. Youssef. wasn't a very good touch at all by Panshambe. Put his team under more pressure here unnecessarily. Errant pass, though, sorts it out for Istiklol. He stayed onside there, Olunga, he did. Intelligent ball inside. Oh, no, he didn't. What a pity from his point of view. Maybe didn't need to be. Well, they made the run early. That's, well, looked to me as though Novoselic might have been playing him on, but immaterial now. Well, a few problems for Igor Cherevchenko. That early goal has really put his team on the back foot at the start of the second period. Semedo looked like he was having his shirt pulled off his back there. We can't accuse Kamalov of not getting touch tight. No free kick. Just didn't fall, did it, for the team from Tajikistan? And this is promising from Medibo. Olunga. Very good defending. Novoselic got back and put the ball out of harm's way. And he had to. Striding away there, Liachi. Decent ball as well for Olunga. Novoselic did very well just to get there before the on-rushing attacker. So the first corner of the second half goes to the home team. Semedo has rescued it. Ali delivers low and knocked away by Kogua. And that will be a free kick for Istiklol. A nervy opening few minutes in the second half for the visiting team here. Meanwhile, Ruben Semedo has a problem in his left ankle, I think. Seem there's that much in it. Looked pretty innocuous, to be honest. Looks like it's going to be okay. It's a nice smile, isn't it? All of a sudden, there's a lot of space for Al Duhail when they come forward. Just had it whipped off his toe there. Medibo. Now Beganovic. Nazarov. Bogdanovic again. Possession's been pretty constant, somewhere around the 73–75% in the home team's favour. Here's Ali. A little optimistic maybe from that distance. Got the power, but some way away from finding the direction. Here's Elbrak. Bamba. Amadibo. Oh, that was a loose one. Absolute present to Bogdanovic, and that's a very good ball. Jalilov. Almost had to wait too long for reinforcements to arrive there. Alisha Jalilov didn't want to take it on his own. Shooting chance there. Rather passed it up Olunga. And the shot did come in. It wasn't really going to trouble Rustam Yatimov. Bit of a miscue from Liagi, who has got a couple of goals this season domestically. Yet to open his account in the Champions League. Selic. Should be a Istiklol ball. Bit of space here for Panchambe. Poor delivery, really. Easy clearance for Semedo. He was furious he didn't get a corner for that, Bogdanovic. He was absolutely certain there was a deflection. Be careful though, squaring up to the referee like that. Well, in fact, he should have had a free kick for a high boot, no question. Well, they're checking for a red card. I don't think that's going to be given, and it's not. Way too much on the pass. Bogdanovic. That's a beautiful ball for Kamilov. Has got reinforcements arriving now, but couldn't get the cross in. Another chance for him here. Defender stood up well. Kamilov again. This time does deliver, but not beyond the first defender. It was Semedo. Kept that in play. Now there's Ali. Chambe. Bogdanovic. Kamalov. Harmlessly behind from Jaliov. That's Romish Jaliov. Forward from fullback. Turn from the edgy. Can he keep that in? He can. Did very well. Intelligent ball for Modibo. That's going to be a corner kick. Beg your pardon, it was Bamba who had the shot. Only arrived here in July, Ibrahima Bamba, after 3 years in Portugal. So corner kick then for Al Duhail. Kim Moonbalm with it and straight into the arms of Yatimov. Was out far side, yes it was. Semedo last man back. Here's Modibo. Elbrack. Nicely done by Modibo. Better football, just the final pass that was lacking. Alunga had made a good run. I think he was onside, or would have been onside that time. The ball didn't reach him, too much heat on it. Ali. Elbrack had made a run, wasn't spotted. This is Ali again, though. I think that was intended as a cross. And a hand of apology would suggest exactly that. Well, at least his team are in front. They were distinctly below par in the first half. They've been much better since the break, and Igor Cherevchenko knows that his team are going to have to find some inspiration from somewhere if they want to get back into this match. Modibo. Modibo and Bamba particularly have come into it much more second half. Here's Ali trying to tease and torment the fullback. Didn't get past him that time. Modibo again. And off the head of Al-Bak. Nine shots to 5 for Duhail. Istiklol only 1 on target so far. Absolutely no chance for Sultan Al-Brak to keep that in. In by Bamba. Will keep it in. Liachi. A bit of twinkling feet. The step over. He's made himself some room. And then a disappointing delivery at the end of it. Had his pocket pick there, did Alisha Jalilov. Charging forward here, Yusuf from the centre-back position. And that's out of play. And just starting to get a little bit ragged now, Istiklol. Semedo's ball. And he gets it back, the Portuguese. Just too far ahead of Ali, who was the intended target. Here's one for Kamalov to chase. Not got much support. Trying to get Nabat Shoaib in. In the end, they'll have to settle for the corner. Figure of frustration, the Istiklol substitute at the moment. Decides to go short. Now maybe there's a delivery, but it's a poor one. And it's absolutely poleaxed Ibrahima Bamba. I'm sure it should have done, to be honest, looking at the replay. The referee is of a similar opinion, although there's a physio coming out. I think he's going to be okay. So eventually they can take the throw, and that's headed out for another corner. dangerously in towards the near post. Novoselic threw himself at it, but I don't think made much contact. Plenty of time for Kim Moon-hwan to clear. They've got to play it down inside the penalty area. Look at the space here for Olunga. Can he find the cross for Ali? Well, what a chance. What a chance. Arguably the best move they've put together of the match. It's a nice ball through for Olunga. Looked up, spotted Ali perfectly. Really should have done better from that range. Inviting delivery. Just had to stoop a fraction. But even so. He's off again here, Olunga. Assuming he has managed to stay on side. More unselfish this time for Muntari, and Olunga again. Went for the controlled effort. Bad try. Definitely managed to stay on side that time. Too high. Looking at again at that replay. Looks like a couple of changes planned here. So Ishmael's going to come on, who is an exciting player to watch. Winger, Lieji has gone off, so that's a straight swap. And Lotfi Majir, a striker, is on as well. Difficult one that for the assistant, but he's given it Istiklol's way. It's going to be another corner. Can they find something here from this set piece? keeper under real pressure, did very well, actually. I think he was being fouled, he was. And it was a clearance that went a fair distance from LFE, who had a couple of nervy moments in the first half. That's probably the most he's had to do in the second. A couple of players are down. And Debo looks to have come off worse. His challenge on the edge of the penalty area. Flying in there, Mehmet Shoev. I think you could argue, in fact, it was Kamalov. Without due care and attention, that was pretty reckless. So eventually we can get it restarted. Header was by Kaganovic. Montari, by the way, was the other man who came off. To get Ismail Mohammed on. That's a good ball. Al-Brak would have been a tap-in had it reached its intended target. Instead, it's only a corner. It's a great run from the fullback. Thinking quickly, they're starting to look a little bit weary now, Istiklol. Al-Brak. Adito. Not his best delivery. Bamba, they will rescue it. Adito again. So 78 minutes played now, and still that Olunga header divides the teams. And certainly what we've seen in the second half, you would say it's a fair scoreline. And here they come trying again. Jar waiting in the middle, but it's far too close to the goalkeeper. Should be the keepers. Oh, I tell you what, that wasn't a very clever challenge. Now, what's the referee going to say about this? It's a free kick, obviously. Alathi looked all at sea here. He's just taken the man out. It's left Jaliov in an absolute heap. Well, he may consider himself a little unfortunate that it's only yellow. I don't think there's any chance of it being a penalty. I think it was outside. Meanwhile, Romish Jeliov still getting treatment. He's going to have a look on the screen. In fact, he's going to book one of the coaching staff. Well, certainly easy enough to check that the challenge was outside the area. Surprised they're not having a look for a potential red card here. On the line is a penalty, but I don't think it was on the line. I think that's what Istiklol are arguing. I'm not sure that it's going to get them too far, to be honest. Well, I'll tell you what, looking at that again, I don't know. It's very hard to see from this angle. This is quite tight. First viewing, I thought it was clearly outside, but that's a short. It's very, very close to that line. And remember, the line is a penalty. He's been called to have a look at the screen. Well, what a big moment this is, especially for Istiklol. Well, from that angle, that looks like it's a penalty, because Jalilov's right boot is, you can see it clearly there. It is just inside the area. Well, they might have a way back in it here. Pretty much out of nothing, because they really haven't offered a great deal second half, the visitors. But what a reckless challenge it was, whether this is a penalty or not. Well, now they're looking for a possible offside. Plus they might be looking for a possible red card as well. Your partridge in a pear tree coming next. Hard to tell from that. And what's he going to say here? He has given the penalty, I think. Has he? No, no penalty. Very hard to see. Now, VAR won't matter in terms of the offside, so it will be just a free kick. Well, I've got a double change here for Istiklol. Tabarez is coming on. And so is Suleimanov, number 70. And Musa is on for Duhail. Well, having looked at that, I think he's given the offside decision. So basically anything that happened after that was irrelevant. But I think the interesting thing was they only looked at that after they'd looked at everything else. It's almost like an afterthought, but they got the right decision in the end. So anyhow, it's still 1-0, and we're going to have a lot of stoppage time at the end of this match. This is Kim Moon-hwan. Second goal would surely seal it. More up than out, that. From Kamalov. I think Suleimanov, who's just come on, is going to operate mainly wide. He's generally a midfield player, but I think at the moment, he's coming on now. Gua's coming off. Nazarov also being withdrawn. Tem Nazarov. So Tavares will go into the back four to replace Gua. Suleimanov, I think, is going to play wide for the last 5 minutes, plus quite a lot of injury time, you suspect. Dispossessed there, Modibo, but not costly. They win it back straight away. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a really good ball. Majer should have done better. Control let him down there. He couldn't have asked for a better delivery. He's been gifted it back again, the substitute. Now his fellow replacement, Musa. So 2.5 minutes of normal time, but as I say, I think we're going to get a lot of injury time. Various injuries and VAR issues that we've had. Second goal will surely seal it, but that's just too far ahead of the on-rushing Alunga, and whose goal continues to divide the sides here. Well, that somehow found a way through to Kamalov. It looked unlikely. Charging through was Suleimanov, who's actually playing down the middle. I thought he might play out wide, but he's playing straight down the middle. Champagne unable to keep possession. Bamba looking for just to get the weight of the pass right. Couldn't quite do it, but he still found a teammate. High and hanging towards Alunga, off the inside of the post. He wants it given again. I'm not sure that one did cross the line, but in fact there was an infringement anyway. No, in fact, he has given the goal, has he? Slightly confusing signal, and the goal has been given. Let's have another look. First impression was it wasn't as obvious as his opening goal. Oh, it's not, is it? Ooh. Well, from that, it didn't appear to be completely over the line. They are checking it. It's very hard to see when you're not directly in line with the goal line, but first impression was the keeper may have kept that out. Astonishing, we've had 2 checks. The same player involved, Michael Olunga. Got the first one in his favour. I'm not sure this is going to be given. 10 minutes of additional time, that's no surprise. Might be more than that by the time they sort this one out. Just think from that angle it's very difficult, but it seems as though the goal has been given. Indeed it has. So it's 2-0, and Olunga has scored twice. Both headers, both at the far post, both needed checking. That second one certainly wasn't anywhere near as clear-cut as the first, but it should certainly seal the victory, or say that. Now then, oh, the flag is up. Because otherwise, I think Semedo is in big trouble. Because that was a clear goal-scoring opportunity for Mabak Shoev. But it didn't matter, because there was a foul there. After that, he got pulled back. That would have been a sending off for sure. Not all academic after the fact, because the first foul was by the Istiklol man. Well, first half was good. Second half was better. What it says there, checking for a red card. I thought the referee had actually blown for a foul the other way. But if he hadn't, I think Semedo's going to be off here. Because to me, that was a blatant denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. First impression was that the referee had given a free kick in Semedo's favour. That's what it looked like. But if he hadn't, I think Semedo's in big trouble. That was what I thought the free kick was initially given for, but that must be a red. I mean, you would see that at the line of scrimmage. And Mabak Shoev would have been clean through on goal. Well, once it was clear he hadn't given the free kick in Semedo's favour, there was absolutely no question that the Portuguese had to be sent off. Mabak Shoev is really tigerish here. Gets round the other side of the defender, who just hauls him back. One of the more straightforward decisions when looked at again. So Semedo sent off in stoppage time, and a chance for, well, you'd think it would only be a consolation, but as I said, we've got 10 minutes plus probably 12 now. After all that's happened, if they could get one back here, who knows? Looks like Jaliov is the man. Bogdanovic is there as well. Meanwhile, Moaz Ali has come off for the hosts. Well, handbags at dawn, really. I think the Istiklol players thought Ahmad was taking an age to get off, and he was. So Fares is on. There's a yellow card shown there, maybe to Ali, for the shove on his departure. Meanwhile, Jaliov or Beganovic. It's Jaliov, and it's a very good effort. Not sure if the keeper got just a touch on that, or whether it was just crossbar, but either way it stayed out. Decent hit though from Jaliov. Here's Suleimanov. Trying to weave a way through, but he was double teamed on that far side. All of a sudden, Istiklol have got a taste for it. Especially playing against 10 men as they are now. And Shambe stopped in his tracks. There was Jaliov. Suleimanov. Can't remember a match where there have been so many VAR decisions, so many times the referee's come over and had a look at the screen. Keeper chose to stay at home. I think he could really have come and got that. The ball's out of play. Should be a corner. Corner didn't really have enough depth, did it? Disappointing deliveries from set plays today, Istiklol. If they were all the way back to the goalkeeper here. So in theory, we've got just under 3 minutes left, but I think we'll actually be playing a bit more than that. That's a nice touch. Olunga on the charge. Still going, Olunga. He's on a hat-trick, of course. Heard the scream from here. There, 2 players have gone down. We might be playing till midnight here in this match. Well, here's another look at the free kick. Don't think... I think he got a touch, the goalkeeper. We're going to have, I think, more drama. It's going to be very late drama, that's for sure. Here's Shambe. Well, the clock obviously is massively against Istiklol here. Oh, it's a nice turn. Tabarez, chance to deliver again. And the header from point-blank range, pushed away. It was Beganovic's effort, saved by Alethi. Would have been their best chance of getting on the score sheet here. Another decent cross. The overhead went the wrong way from Mabak Shoev. We've played the additional 10. There's going to be plenty more, I fancy. Interception was by Penshembe. Credit Istiklol, they want a consolation here, and they still might get one. Suleimanov trying to get round the back. He's got himself a corner. Assuming there's time to take it, I think there will be. Taken short, and they've got 6 waiting in white in the penalty area. And in fact, it was a pretty tame header wide in the end from Kurbanov. That was the better chance, obviously, that fell to the Bosnian, Beganovic. So we played a minute over the 10. It'll be a fruitless trip for Istiklol. Journey back to Tajikistan, probably in the morning. Whacked away by Bamba. Can hear the home crowd wanting the final whistle. 2-goal cushion, it should be fine, to be honest, but obviously they want the clean sheet. And the confirmation of the victory. Here's Jaliov. Played 2 minutes now over the original 10. No chance that was a back pass. I haven't actually seen the referee glance at his watch yet, to be honest. And that is the final whistle. What a dramatic game in terms of the number of VAR incidents. But in the end, 2 goals from Michael Olonga have won it for Al Duhail. Right at the end of each half. I beg your pardon, the first goal was just at the start of the second half, wasn't it? But they were copybook goals, both headers, both far post, both checked up by VAR, and both ruled to have crossed the line. There were all kinds of other incidents. And very late on, Ruben Semedo, Al Duhail's centre-half, was sent off for denying a clear goal-scoring chance to Mabak Shoev. In the end, though, Al Duhail running out deserving winners, albeit still very unlikely to qualify for the knockout stage. Final score here from Doha is finished Al Duhail 2, Istiklol 0.
شهر سليمان.
يلا start. Shahro, nice to meet you. How you see this hard luck first? Hard luck about the game. How you see this game?
It was a hard game. It was a hard game. Al Duhail playing home. They play good game. I want to say congratulations to them that they are win the game. Good game for Al Duhail.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you.
Thank you.
ما اتكلم. ستار كابتن يعطيك الصحة والألف مبروك. كيف شفتوا اللقاء اليوم؟ أداء جميل اليوم وفوز مستحق اليوم.
أول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله على الفوز. مباراة ما كانت سهلة. الفريق طاجيكستان يعني كان مأدي، لكن الحمد لله على الثلاث نقاط، والحمد لله على الفوز. هي إضافة حلو لتقديم الأفضل في المباراة القادمة.
اليوم شفنا الروح المعنوية جميلة، تناسق بين اللاعبين، تكتيك جميل. حدثنا عن هذه الروح اللي شفناها اليوم.
والله أنا أشوف إن كل مباراة الفريق يكون عنده روح، يعني إحنا دائما نحاول نفوز في كل مباراة، نحاول ننافس على كل البطولات، فالحمد لله على الفوز.
يعطيكم العافية والف مبروك يا كابتن.
الله يبارك فيك.